The Hawks just, well, let's see, because we don't have to wait any longer as Darcy and Segler take place in the first battle. Impey coming off half-back, as he's done effectively. Up to Puopolo. Quick turn, and then goes for distance. Gunston and Schoenmakers, the dual targets, have just sat perfectly for Schoenmakers, who strolls in, got the angles right.
That's slick play from the Hawks, in long to a contest. Hamling had good body positioning, but then Duman just didn't quite get the contest or the punch across the line, and Schoenmakers, what a great way to start the game. Very, very smart finish, and that's exactly what you want when you're away from home in an important game like this one.
Well, he slung around and didn't do a heck of a lot to get rid of it. Puopolo trying to get it out to the Brewster Schoenmakers. It's the ladder. Smith and Langdon tangle. Banfield, dubious. In fact, it's been penalised.
Great pressure from the Hawks.
Fresh from 4 goals too last week. Deadly accurate for most of the season. That does not present a problem. And the Hawks have 2 on the board.
And that's why I said it's
2 plays that we highlighted pre-game. Stephen Hill, he's going to Luke Bruce off the half-back flank for the Dockers.
Well, 2 or 3 made a run at it, and there he is, Luke Bruce, and you can't give him an inch, and that's why. They got their sheer weight of numbers. Hawthorn players everywhere, but they just couldn't control the ball.
Hold the man.
Holding the man.
It's hold the man. There was there, just lingered a bit too long. Making it hard to get it out. Yep.
Luke Bruce, 41 goals, 21 coming into today. Already looking for his second, which he steers through with aplomb. And the Hawks lead is back to 8. Darcy that time got it in the right spot for Walters, but he falters. Quick kick is short from Gunston and right to the man, Roughhead. And it's threatening to kick a big score. He's the rough. 1.5 goals per game this year. And he's got his one there. Straight through the middle. Wobbles it. Here's Warple. Oh, Tucker's down for Freo. Oh, Burgoyne, full of indecision.
Up a couple of times. Here it is again. Good, massive bump from Stratton it was. Probably a clash of heads.
Out of Segler. Both hands to it. Again, O'Rourke. Trying to dig it out of there successfully for Roughhead, and then Isaac Smith eases the pass to Shields, who's covering so much territory at the moment. Thought about the next give, which would have been
a bit too easy from around the contest.
Goal kicking never really the strong suit of Liam Shields, but this year he's been on target with 7 goals too. And that looks like a fine strike. Starts it out right, drifts it back through the middle. Hawks get the first of the second. Segler. And now the Hardwick. Didn't make the connection he was after, but Isaac Smith cleaned it up smartly onto the left. He sees Miles. He hits Miles on the bounce to the 50. Pass or shoot. Shoot. Straight. And Miles
kicking the ball a lot, taking a lot of marks this quarter alone. 22-8 in the kicks department. 13-1 in the marks department, just getting the game on their terms wherever they go.
Through the mid-zone, and that's where Fremantle now need to lift their pressure. They're just allowing Hawthorn to break through the middle part of the ground, putting no pressure, closing the space, and that's the effect there with a great goal by Miles.
Forden and thinking better of it. Back to Hardwick, tough kick to make. He didn't quite make it. Although Burton, outstanding. Mitchell's got away. Shields had the option to play it short or long. He went with the long. Doesn't make it to Smith the first time. Does the second. O'Meara for Bruce. Hamlin keeping him guessing. Right, left. Through the middle. What a start.
Ball movement from the back half of the square from Hawthorn. They got lucky a couple of times. Fremantle had a couple of chances to turn it over. They didn't. Pierce with that last one. And spilt the mark. And what we've seen throughout this entire game, if Fremantle make that error by not taking the mark, Hawthorn to swoop on it. And their runners...
Hands it off to Neil. And then back to Walters, and that was just into a world of pain. Gives a bit of a cuddle to Ruffy.
Yep,
50. Some Scots back. Here's Bruce again from the corner. Luke Bruce. Team man centres.
Ricochet, but once again, there's the data. Don't argue from Luke Bruce. Hits the ground again. Luke Bruce is first to swoop on him.
Wilson to centre half forward. Walters impossible there.
And that's the difference. Down the other end, Stratton gets himself in a
As
mark.
the season is concerned, they hack their way forward, courtesy of Burgoyne. Showmakers up to it off to Mitchell. Outstanding under difficult circumstances again. Puopolo, those reflexes superb, and Burgoyne adds the silk. As always, the Hawks on fire.
Centre clearance again. And watch here with the kick in. You'll see Puopolo. You see him front and square there. Look at his direct opponent underneath. He locks the arm, makes the contest difficult. And then once again, once it spills to ground, it's the weight of numbers of Hawthorn pushing through that allow them to get the ball out to Burgoyne.
Heavy going, though, and so many numbers swelling around the footy. Gunston prances into the 50 and off the left boot. Continues their superb work in front of the sticks.
A lot today, but really well done. The ball went forward to an open forward line, front and centre. We talked about it a couple of times. Gunston getting to the right spot. That's a class finish on the left.
Yeah.
It is hard to adjust. You've got a side that's up and about in those areas of the ground, especially around the midfield region. So Fremantle have to try and work through this somehow.
Impressive.
Yeah, just looked a bit deflated there, Ross, at the start of this quarter. This is understandable. Hill flicks it back. Walters, full commitment from both. Brayshaw caught in the crunch.
Did themselves, which I thought was, Amira's head, it's just
that's
one of those.
Impey. Back to Stratton again. And again linked up with Hardwick. O'Meara fired the handball forward. Burton on the path into the pocket. Barouche takes the mark.
So explosive, Luke Bruce.
He won't miss. To make it 10 from 10 from this spot. The marvellous Luke Bruce. History doesn't lie on this occasion.
Burgoyne on that occasion.
The old roll call, Jono.
Yep.
Hamling on guard.
Present or not.
Sutcliffe. Not sure the opposition's going to answer in the affirmative. Whitecross just bullies his way through to Gunston, and no sooner the Freo hit the board than Hawthorn go bang with another. In the pocket, Gunston. High ball. Whitecross reaches over lane. They've got it to Shields. They are putting on some display here, the Hawks.
Game of football. That's just both players going at it. Miles with the goal.
Yep. And look how excited he is. Little handball off to Hardwick.
Again.
Segler and Darcy. Oh, Walters was aimed for Chera. All it did was give Mitchell a shot at it, which he takes. Remember that, umps?
For the 3 today, if he can make that 5 or 6, but once again, Tom Mitchell.
Oh, what a shape.
It is, isn't it? How good is that? Have a look here. Walters just misses that handball, gives it straight to Mitchell.
Be nice to get that sort of shape at a golf course, Hutto.
Roughhead, Smith, Mitchell. O'Meara.
Thank you. Hold there. Appreciate it.
One-on-one ahead. And Mitchell's got away. It's not quite one-on-one.
Works incredibly hard, Tom Mitchell. I mean, everyone talks.
I think, well, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
He's thinking about, the next time he can help the side or get ball himself.
It's for his second goal of the afternoon. It was a fine line, but a fine kick.
The Hawthorn supporters at
Neil waiting. Just needs a little tidbit. He can make something of it. He'll put the dancing shoes on. Feeds it back. Set up, kick towards Hamling. He was behind this time, and Frawley knew that he'd have enough of Del Santo. Up on the wing. Taken by Puopolo. Smith over to O'Meara. He's got Henderson to the left, but He doesn't need him. And that's why.
It's pretty powerful from O'Meara when you look at how much power is still in his run. Last quarter, had 33 disposals, worked extremely hard, and now to still have that speed in his game to get away from Hill to snap that goal. It's pretty exciting stuff for the Hawks.
That's what the supporters wanted, man. They got these two players, obviously, at the expense of some absolute guns and veterans, but those two players today, O'Meara and Mitchell.
Percentage for Hawthorn.
Yeah, jumped up ahead of Geelong and will be in 7th place tonight. And they can still build. Walpole emerged clean out of the middle. Drives it long for Schoenmakers. Yes! Just got Pearce where he wanted him. And Ryan...
They started the game so well around there. Fremantle started to even it up, but back on top again.
It was pick 16 all the way back in 2008. Ryan Schoenmakers, and he pops that through for his second. Very unlikely now. Siren about to sound. Comprehensive victory to the Hawks on the road as they continue to build their case for finals football. Led once again by Tom Mitchell.